So this is Aime Leon Dore's second take on the P550 model, and they did a fantastic job with this. What is up, everybody? It's your boy Danny coming back to the sneaker circle with another review. So let's get it clear. Aime Leon Dore has a multitude of successful New Balances, or a couple, let's say. The first collaboration they did with the P550 was kind of the reintroduction of that model for New Balance. It was what put that model back on the map, and a lot of people really wanted those. So if you go look back on the third-party market, you see prices in the 400s, prices in the 500s, because they really executed that sneaker well. And even the 900 models that they do, those are also doing fantastic, and they are never wrong with the colorway. So in front of us today, we do have the navy red colorway. I love this colorway. This is dope, but I like the neutral green colorway a little bit better, but they're both just fantastic. They do great at this. So let me get these out. All right, so now that these are out of the box, we can get a really good look at just what the leather is on these, and I gotta admit, it's fantastic. This sneaker did retail for $130. I think in the aftermarket, they're pushing in the 200s for most sizes. It's not bad. This was a colorway that was kind of a worldwide release, so it wasn't exclusive to just Aime Leon Dore like the previous models were, and the colorway that released alongside this was the neutral green, or natural green, I think it is. All these colorways are great. You can't go wrong with any of these sneakers, and in terms of what's in trend and what's going on, what people like to wear, this is a sneaker that just hits all of those levels. So let's get a quick look at this leather and the detailing right here. So the P550 model is actually an older sneaker that New Balance had back in the 90s. I think it's the 90s. And they kind of reintroduced that model with the help of Aime Leon Dore. Here we go, New Balance logos, and they killed it. So in reality, you only have a couple choices. You either get the collabs between Aime Leon Dore and New Balance, or you get any of the general releases that New Balance does, and they've done quite a couple. I did do a video on the multi-colorway. Here's linked if you want to see it. The leather on that is great as well. This one's a little bit softer and a little more plush, and you can kind of feel the quality on it. It's a smooth leather. It has some push to it, and it just feels nice. It feels like this leather would age really well. On the general release pair that I did a review on, that one is a little bit thicker, but the quality is still there, especially if you grab that $100 leather that New Balance gives us and you compare it to like a $100 Dunk. There's no comparison. The New Balance wins. So getting back to the sneaker, we do have that kind of aged sole wrapped around. You see it on the bottom, you see it everywhere alongside. You do get a couple of laces alongside with these. So you have that Aime Leon Dore and the basketball apple right here. And this kind of matches the grays on the bottom. And to me, it's more like a brown than a gray, almost if a gray was aged. That's my best example. So like a warmer tone, closer to brown, really nice. And then right here, you have an aged lace right here. It's a little bit different from what's being stocked. And I think it's a little bit closer to the sole itself. Not too much, but, or maybe right here, this like aged mesh right here. I like it. I like it. On the back, we do have that basketball apple. The name Aime Leon Dore one more time, a New York brand, that basketball apple, big apple, get it? Here on the insole, you get the same detailing if it ever decides to focus. So another detail about the sneaker is I think all P550s actually feature an Ortholite insole. Here's that tag to prove that they come with the branding. It's an actual Ortholite insole. Really good for comfort, really good for cushion. But remember, this is kind of a 90s basketball sneaker with 90s basketball tech. So like you look at this insole or outsole right here, it has that traditional court shape where you get a little bit of arch support, you get more of your forefront and your heel, because that's what you're really bouncing and like pushing off of. But one thing they did with the Ortholite sole that I really like is the insole actually kind of covers your arc right here to give you a little bit more support, making these an easier shoe to wear casually throughout your day. I enjoy that, especially if you're a wide foot gang like I am. So for those wondering about sizes and stuff like that, where to go for, I'm normally, like I just mentioned, part of like a wider foot array when it comes to my sneakers. I actually go almost to a 10 when I usually buy New Balances, mainly because I know they're a little bit more wide foot friendly. So when you're buying these sneakers, you don't really have to worry too much about the space in the toe. You have to usually worry more about the space on the sides. That's how I buy sneakers. And for the P550s, you get ample room on the sides. Not enough to where if you're a narrow person with like a narrow foot, it's gonna really affect you. But I'm just saying, if you have a wide foot, you know exactly what I'm talking about. This allows you to stick or not having the size half up a size. The only comparison I can give you is like for dunks, I have to go 10.5 because it's just easier on my sides. And I just eat the space right here, whatever the case may be. But with these P550s, I can wear this 10 perfectly. No snugness, no nothing, perfectly. These also make me a little bit excited to see what Aime Leon Dore has in store for us in the future, whether it's like different New Balance models, whether it's more P550s, whatever the case may be, they're gonna kill it. One quick last look at overall in the shoe. Here's that toe box. Bada bing, bada boom. Right here, that apple, I love that apple. I'm gonna call that video a wrap. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video. Peace.